afternoon. My name is James King. I am from Gallatin County. I'm one of the people who were inadvertently put on the Medicaid rolls. I don't know how it happened, but when I went to apply, I believe, if I recall correctly, I did not go directly to healthcare.mt.gov. I went to healthcare.gov, which was a federal website. Now, I have no idea whether or not I was referred to the Montana specific site. However, what I learned in process, or not in processing, but in applying, I put in my income level. First of all, I am a former Marine, and there was nowhere on that form that I recall that asked, "Are you a veteran?" Because by all rights and by all, perhaps as a matter of law, I should fall not under the Medicaid program, but under the VA program. But I don't recall a veteran question being put on the healthcare website to sign up. The problem I discovered was when I put my income in, it kept, and I went forward to the next page to save and continue. It continually reset my anticipated income for 2016 back to zero, no matter what I did. And I did it at least a half a dozen times. I went back, I tried it with putting a dollar sign in front. I tried putting a comma in between my hundreds and my thousands. I tried putting a decimal point at the end and a couple zeros behind for cents. Nothing I did seemed to change. Now, I do appreciate the fact I believe I was contacted by DPHHS, I believe it was them, to make sure that I got into the right primary care provider, and they were very professional, so I'm thankful for that. But they were not helpful with me when it came to when I declared, my income exceeds the amount. I am outside of 138% of the federal poverty line, so I should not be on the Medicaid rolls. And they didn't have information for me at the time of a referral for somebody to call. Which is why I got in touch with my representative, and he invited me here so that I could tell you that story. So it's not, we can say it's anecdotal and it's somebody with a different picture and a different name on a screen. I am living proof that I've been put on the Medicaid rolls and I don't belong there. So I thank you. I hope that you will look into that. I will make sure, if I recall, on the sign-in sheet outside, I only put my name and my address. I'll be sure to put more complete contact information. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to take them offline. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Mr. King, sorry.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, Mr. King, so are you still erroneous on Medicaid?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
So we'll reach out to you and make sure we get that taken care of one way or another.
So I got to ask you a question, too.
Yes, sir.
So the computer kept saying you're going to make 0 in 16.
Correct.
So are you making 0 this
I am not
year?
making 0 in
Good,
2016.
I'm glad for you. That's pretty, that was a government site?
Yes, it was. It was healthcare.gov. Again, I don't recall if it referred me back to. Now, I don't know. See, now, I will also state for the record that if there are other people like me, there may be something in our history with Health and Human Services. I don't know that would cause a glitch of some kind. There was a time years ago where I used Community Health Partners for, of all things, a dental issue. It's when you can no longer eat and you can no longer sleep because of a dental issue, it's something that you have to take care of, even if it means pulling the tooth. Fortunately, they were able to restore mine when an old filling had eroded sufficiently that, surprise. But I also have been in times of hardship. I had been at one time a recipient of not cash assistance, not TAMF benefits, but of food stamp benefits. So I don't know if that has any relevance at all.
That shouldn't glitch up something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but we really appreciate you coming and sharing the specifics, because it's hard to look into something sometimes unless you have specifics. So that's
Correct.
Immensely helpful. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And I think there's one other thing that I forgot to mention is the committee, and I was looking at the report. There's I recall a pie graph. Some 48% of people are on either an employer program or other form of health insurance. And those folks in Montana, I have a good friend of mine, also in Gallatin County, who for him and his wife, he's I believe semi-retired. Him and his wife, their premiums have gone up by 125% in 3 years. So, and that's not accounted for necessarily in this report. I think maybe because it's a subcommittee specifically for the HELP program. But I think that's something that ought to be looked at and included in the reporting requirements, simply because that's part of the total cost of healthcare, not just the total cost that the state of healthcare that the state is subsidizing or the federal government is subsidizing to help people in need who are legitimately on the rolls of Medicaid. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you. So, any other public comment? If not, I think we can adjourn, if everybody's okay with that, since we're a little late. So, thank you, everyone. Long meeting. Thank you. Good meeting.
I got it.